Welcome to Good Mythical More. Woo, you ready to be fun time?
Ready to be fun time.
Well, actually, this is gonna get real because we're gonna be presented with an ensemble cast of, it could be an actual cast.
A category.
Or things, and we have to exclude something. We gotta kick something to the curb. We gotta sideline something.
Mm-hmm. I'm so ready for that.
Everybody can't be involved.
But first, we're donating $1,000 to the JED Foundation to aid in their mission to protect emotional health and prevent suicide for teens and young adults. The JED Foundation partners with high schools and colleges to strengthen their mental health, substance abuse, and suicide prevention programs, and they work to equip young people with the skills and knowledge to help themselves and each other. Please join us in giving and being your mythical best at jedfoundation.org. That's JED foundation.org.
Woo! Wee.
We have to be diplomatic about this. We have to be like as nice as possible because we're cutting people out. We're cutting things out. We're offending fictional characters. We're offending. Okay, you can be a butthole, and Link and I will be nice.
I'm in a butthole mood today.
You ever been in a group and you've been told to that you can't be included?
Yeah. In fact, one time at Legoland, I was about to get on that ride that puts you out on the thing and whips you all around. Yeah. I've been waiting forever in line, and I get there, and I get up there, and they're like, "Sir, you're too tall." And I did the walk of shame in front of everyone, and somebody was like, "It's red." And I felt like, and that turned, you know what? That day, I officially turned into a butthole. And
That's what did it.
I've been a butthole ever since.
Well, you'll be happy to know that ride's not there anymore.
What? Somebody got killed.
No, it just made too many buttholes.
Okay.
All right, let's see the first one.
Turning people into buttholes.
Oh, cast of friends. Because
man.
I don't know that I've ever watched a complete episode of Friends.
Stop.
It's just not. I'm of an age. I'm a Seinfeld guy, and I felt like I had to make a choice.
I obviously prefer Seinfeld.
You're of an age where you watched a sitcom that was on at the same time and just had to make a choice.
There was slight crossover. There was some crossover.
Yeah, it's just, but you know, I liked one so much that like that was my jam. So like this, it wasn't for me.
Man,
which one are you gonna kick to the curb?
It's definitely either Ross or Chandler.
I was having that exact same debate, but I landed on one because one of them's just slightly more annoying to me.
Man, I don't know.
I mean, could he be any more annoying?
I think we met Chandler at Sundance one time, and we interviewed him for something.
He was not nice to us.
He wasn't. He wasn't excited about being interviewed. I don't think it had to do with us.
It was sort of true to character, I think. But actually,
I'm saying Chandler.
I'm getting rid of Ross.
Why?
I'm getting rid of Ross because I think that Chandler he's dealing with a lot, and sometimes he may come across as a butthole, but you don't know what happened to him yesterday. Maybe he didn't get on the ride at Legoland.
See, you're a butthole. See?
Yeah,
you're taking up for the butthole.
You like him because he's a butthole. And
I am the most Chandler. I probably track most Chandler, so I can't kick him off.
I don't think so. I wouldn't say that about you.
Well, who do you think I track most with? Phoebe?
Maybe a Rachel. It might be a Rachel. I think Link is Phoebe. Link is more of a Phoebe.
What does that mean? She's in touch with her feelings, right?
And out of touch with most everything else.
Okay.
But Rachel, had the Rachel hairstyle.
Yeah.
That's what you're working with.
Right. Definitely. That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah. And Phoebe was into smelly things, which, as we know, you guys are also into.
Oh, she likes stinks?
Yeah. Cats, specifically.
Cats?
Smelly cat. Hello. Oh, sorry. I forgot that you've never watched Friends ever before. But she does have an iconic song called Smelly Cat.
Oh, she's a singer.
How about this next show? I actually am guilty of not seeing a full episode of Golden Girls. And it's not good.
Yeah, I think I would watch reruns.
I'm trying to go back.
I'm
trying to go back to when I watched this as a kid and think about who I liked the least then versus trying to figure it out now. And
here's what I remember, just to kind of profile him a little bit. Rose, I don't remember much about Rose, but I think it was like just Betty White.
It was Betty White being Betty White.
Betty White
and
being
she was her. Rose and Sophia, you can't get rid of them. They're both incredible.
Sophia was Dorothy's mom and Estelle Getty, and she was hilarious. She was not nearly as old as the character she played. Dorothy was very acerbic.
She was the leader and tried to keep everybody in line.
But she had like this, she was a smart aleck and very funny, very dry sense of humor. Probably dry in other ways too. I mean, at a certain age.
Yeah.
Blanche was sex crazed. Like everything about Blanche was like booty calls, knocking the boots.
It made me feel weird watching it as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it was like when she started talking about sex, I was like, she's an old lady. I don't know what this is. What if my grandma started talking like that?
She made me uncomfortable. It's like a grandma that was just talking about it.
So I think that the young me would get rid of Blanche.
Mine too.
The old me,
my young self,
would fully embrace Blanche. But the old me, the younger me.
Like literally?
Yeah, I'd hug her. Yeah.
Okay.
You know that the cast actually wasn't that. You know, there's that whole meme going around where they changed their hairstyles because like the hair makes them look older than they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to go with Blanche.
Get rid of Blanche here. I kind of feel like it might be. Would it be cool to get into watching reruns of the Golden Girls, or is that as soon as I tried it, I would be like disappointed?
That's an interesting thing. I don't know.
That's in right now, reruns of the Golden Girls.
I feel so overwhelmed with all the options that we have with what's being made currently, and I feel like there might be like a comfort thing.
Great theme song.
And like just watching a sitcom from that day.
Yeah, Friends.
I'm gonna try it.
As a kid, I could watch
this sitcom?
Oh, Saved by the Bell.
No,
Lisa Turtle.
Now we're not
Slater.
thinking about anything that these folks have done in their real lives as not.
We're thinking about the characters.
The characters, right?
And I would say specifically the high school years.
No, did not fall into the college
specials
years.
or the college years, which I watched multiple times as well.
Were you referring to something?
Answer
Was there a
here.
controversial character here? Or?
Well, Screech was a little controversial, and Lisa Turtle also is a little controversial.
Well, Screech died.
Yeah. But before that.
And Jesse.
Jesse died too?
No.
Yeah. There's been some things with this crew.
Might I remind you that the only celebrity I wrote to as a kid was Tiffany Amber Thiessen, who played Kelly.
Oh, we're not getting rid of Kelly.
What did you say to her? What was the point?
I probably had a crush on her, and I probably was like, "You're so cool." But she sent me back a signed, and I think it was just printed postcard with an image of her on it.
What'd you do with that postcard?
I don't know.
You didn't put it on your bulletin board?
Well, it's interesting because in Best Friends Back All Right, you know, I'm going through. I did keep certain things. I can reference them, but no, not the postcard, which is frustrating because I wish I did have that postcard.
Did you have a bulletin board in your room as a kid?
I just taped things to the wall.
Taped?
Oh.
Well, like with Scotch.
You had a bulletin board.
Yeah.
I definitely had a bulletin board.
Yeah.
And everything was perfectly arranged on it.
Mine had layers and layers and layers.
Oh, you just kept throwing stuff on top of it?
Whatever the most important was on the top.
But you wouldn't take anything else off.
No, why would you do that?
Wow, then you have like history there.
Yeah, it was like geological formations.
That's cool. Zach went on to be.
It will be excavated one day.
In a cop show. We know Slater played Colonel Sanders.
Yep, that was his own.
Did Kelly Kapowski go on to be in something else?
She is doing some food work, I believe, because she was
in that other like teen drama that lasted a
Melrose Place.
Melrose Place, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Kelly,
yeah.
Kelly Kapowski.
I'm thinking about the characters and the dynamic on the actual show, and I actually think that there are two people.
I think you got to get rid of Lisa. Maybe Jesse.
I think Lisa.
What did Lisa ever do?
No, I think Lisa
Nothing,
and
that's the
Jesse.
point.
No, I think the three things that you have to have is you have to have Zach and Kelly and Screech, right? Slater, Jesse, and Lisa are on the chopping block.
No,
I completely agree with that.
Slater was him and Zach were like, it was a love-hate relationship.
I'm getting rid of Jesse.
Same. That was the right answer.
Yeah.
Jesse was a great dancer. Zach would never be the dancer he was if it wasn't for Jesse stepping in and teaching him how to dance so that he could win Kelly in that one episode against Slater in the dance-off. But then he wised up and said, you know what, Jesse? We're just going to go together and we're going to win this dance contest. And you know what? They didn't. I think they just tied or something.
Yeah, ended in a tie. It's very memorable.
But I was wrong. Tiffany Amber Thiessen was 90210, not Melrose Place.
Oh, 90210. Yeah, but still, I mean, hey, 90210. Okay.
Okay, so Link, you're saying Lisa?
Yep.
I get what you're saying. You're not saying she's a bad character. You're just saying she doesn't bring much.
Yeah, the dynamic that she brought to the table.
If you got rid of Jesse or Lisa, the core dynamic of the show stays the same.
I agree. Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, in season 1, there was no Slater, and there was no. I don't think there was a Kelly either.
What?
What do you? I thought that the writers like put something up on the screen for you, but what do you do? What do you mean? Are you reading off something?
No, Lando was watching Saved by the Bell, and I asked him, I was like, "What? Tell me about the characters. What do you think of the characters?" I was like, "What do you think of Slater?" He was like, "I was like, what? You know, the muscle guy." He's like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Slater came the 6th episode of first season.
Okay, so I guess Lando wasn't. He wasn't in the first 5 episodes. What about
Kelly was there from the beginning.
Kelly? I don't think Kelly
You can't
was there.
start the show without Kelly.
No, Kelly wasn't in. I'm saying she wasn't in season 1
Why did
either.
people start watching?
Well, there was a
Melrose
middle
Place.
school version of Saved by the Bell too. There was a precursor series to Saved by the Bell that I believe Zach and Screech were in.
Which episode?
Oh, she shows up in the same episode as Slater.
Yeah, the first 5 episodes didn't have Kelly or Slater.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to start back then.
AC Slater, Kelly Capacity, and Jesse Spano were nowhere to be seen
Not
in,
Jesse.
in the pilot. Oh, look at the group in the pilot. Go scroll back up to that.
It's Lisa Turtle, Screech, Zach, and then 3 other people that
Look
you
how
don't know who they
young
are.
they are. Who's
Yeah,
the kid next to Zach in that picture? He looks familiar, but
Nobody.
okay. Oh, you learn something new every day.
We're moving on to movies.
All right, let's do
And
it.
I have no. I
We got to kick a Lord of the Rings to the curb?
Yeah.
Well, Two Towers is my favorite. I stand by it strongly.
Return of the King is my favorite. I love them all. You obviously can't dispense with the first
I'm
one.
going to kick Return of the King to the curb.
Oh, no. I'm kicking Two Towers to the curb because I feel like with the bookends, you can complete the story and sort of fill in the blanks in the middle.
You can, but the Two Towers is the best. Extended edition.
I mean, I don't know. I love them all. I think the one that got me the most was the first one. Because it was like this whole new, not whole new world, but like the books that I had fallen in love with. And then the Return of the King, just like the way it all just came together. And I just feel like Two Towers, great movie, but I mean, if you lose it, you don't lose.
I can't argue with that, but
like
like it is my favorite, so I'm not going to lose it. I'm just going to be left hanging.
Stevie, do you have a strong opinion on this?
Absolutely not. But I accept each of your opinions, and we can move on to the next.
Do you feel the way that we feel about Friends about Lord of the Rings?
Do you know the way we feel about Friends about Lord of the Rings?
Do you feel about Lord of the Rings the way that we feel about Friends?
Oh. No, because at least you knew all the characters.
Oh, dang. So you never sat through these many hours?
I think I've told you in the past, every time I've tried to watch Lord of the Rings, I've fallen asleep about 15, 20 minutes in.
Yeah, and you just don't have taste.
Yeah. That's why I've been with you guys for 10 years.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. It's just not your thing. Give us another one.
Have you guys checked out Ear Biscuits?
Oh, what is that?
It's
We're too busy
it's a
listening to Best Friends Back All Right.
Oh yeah. Well, what I was saying about Ear Biscuits is that there's a YouTube channel actually, so you can actually see you guys and not just listen to you. I don't know if you knew that was the case.
I didn't know I was being watched while I was recording that podcast.
Yeah.
I would have done my hair.
You can watch us talk to each other. Apparently, the ones where we cry are the ones that you want to watch the most. That's what we've observed. But they're all available on our YouTube channel, Ear Biscuits. If we laugh, if we cry, any way we react, you can see it on our YouTube channel.
Okay, we're moving on to social media platforms.
Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and Metaverse. What's it called?
Insta.
No, what is the Facebook called now?
Meta.
Facebook Meta. I'm right.
Facebook company. It's just but it says Facebook by Meta, right? Or Instagram by Meta. It's not just Meta.
Yeah, it still says Instagram. Well, I don't personally use Snapchat. Now, let me tell you right now, my kids, they are. I mean, this is how they communicate. They don't text.
Right.
They snap each other. And Locke will get into a conversation with somebody, and I'll be driving in the car. He's in the passenger seat, and it's just specifically like the other night, we're driving and it's dark, and like every couple of minutes, like his camera flashes, and I look over and he's taking a picture of himself. They text back and forth with each other and make faces at each other. Like, here's a comment, and here's what I think about what you just said.
This is it's like use your face as an emoji to go along with your.
It's fascinating the way the kids are communicating.
I rented a car, and you have to go through the thing where you check out at the booth and say, "Are you stealing this or are you buying it, renting it?" And I said, "I'm renting it." And he said, "Oh, I watch you on Snapchat." I got that.
Yep.
I got it. Good Mythical Morning is available on Snapchat. It is on Snapchat.
Now, any of the youngest.
It's a different edit.
Do you guys
check it out?
Communicate via Snapchat, or is everybody here is too old for that, right?
Not me, but my brother.
Okay, Amy is like a little bit. You send like pictures, like you send emoji faces. Okay.
Selfies. I guess we'll kick Snapchat to the curb.
Yeah, I
think
that
makes sense.
Yeah, I think in my personal life, yes, I would have to get rid of Snapchat.
Okay, we're going to move on to chicken.
Oh, okay. I'm going to kick the breast to the curb. I do this all the time. I'm a dark meat man, and then I'll go to the wing. So I'll eat a thigh, I'll eat a leg, I'll eat another thigh, and then if it's like I want a little bit something more, I'll eat a wing.
Wow, this is tough because...
You agree with me?
I agree, except for, I do really like a wing because it has more skin to meat ratio. So it's like a wing is great, but a wing does not make a meal. So if you're having a whole chicken situation, you can't be like the wing guy because that doesn't make sense. So I'm like a thigh and wing situation, and not a white meat. I'm not a breast.
I will point out that in this particular picture, for thigh, you're showing a full quarter, which includes the drumstick. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm a whole chicken man. But I do like breasts because you get the most meat in a bite.
So what are you kicking to the curb, man?
I think that I'm not gonna kick a wing to the curb because of hot wings.
Right.
So to me, it comes down to the thigh and the drumstick, and I think that a thigh is bringing everything that a drumstick is bringing and a little bit more.
I agree with that.
I know that you have the handability of a drumstick, but I'm getting rid of the drumstick because most of the time you bite into a drumstick, you get something you didn't want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, a part of a leg. Now, I'm not grossed out by it. It's just not...
It used to be, like, as a kid, I remember really liking drumsticks and thinking they were the superior piece of chicken. Yeah. But as an adult, I'm
drumsticks are for kids.
Like, what happened?
Kids are simple.
I think drumsticks got worse over time. Because now they're not,
You grew up.
I think they, stopped putting weird stuff
Peter
in
Pan
chickens.
still eats drumsticks.
Okay, and finally, GMM formats.
Okay. So we
got darts,
will it, naked foods, or gut check.
Oh.
And we have to get rid of one of these. Definitely not getting rid of darts.
This is tough.
I'll get rid of will it. I could be tired of it. I'm just saying it's the one we've done the longest, so it's like
To me, it comes down to will it and gut check because naked foods, I personally enjoy making those episodes so much because we're tasting most of the time we're tasting things that we're gonna find something that's super, super good. And there's nothing that's gonna be like, it might be cheap, but it's not gonna be gross. If I'm playing Willet, I'm gonna end up eating something gross.
Yeah, that's right.
In gut check, I'm gonna eat a bunch of the same thing, and sometimes that feels gross.
That's it. We're killing Willet.
We're getting rid of Willet. There it is. We did it right there. Sorry. Wasn't our idea. Stevie made us do it.
We're not gonna kill anyone. We're not killing any of those. And let's not talk about that in the comments either.
Too late. To get the Rhett and Link Sing Brooks and Dunn vinyl record, join Third Degree monthly by April 30th or Third Degree quarterly or annual by June 30th. MythicalSociety.com for details.